back to Just Off Broadway. Da, da, da.
Love that. You guys, we have a great guest that is going to be joining us on this couch today. You might recognize her from The Bold and the Beautiful,
The Heathers, ER,
Rent at the Hollywood Bowl, Hairspray at the Hollywood Bowl. Teddy's a huge fan, as he is always of our guest.
It's very true.
And we are so excited because we know she's such a great person and just has a ton of not only performance experience, but I feel like worldly
Yeah,
experience.
absolutely. And just a heart for loving people, and she's cool. You're gonna love her. We love her. Let's get her.
Life is a book, and you've got to remember, no matter what, there's different chapters. So whether you're in one chapter, don't give up, because there's a chapter after that. And we're gonna switch chapters right now and welcome Kristolyn Lloyd to the Just Off Broadway set by turning the page.
She's here!
We have Kristolyn Lloyd. We are so happy to have you here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. This is fun. You guys are a blast.
You are. We're pumped that you're here.
We bow and bask in your glory
You're
of
so sweet.
amazingness.
Yes.
So we're gonna jump right in. First things first, you, like me, recently moved to New York City.
I did.
And so I want to know, as a performer, New York City from Los Angeles, what are some of the things you miss, or what's better?
They're both definitely very different.
Mhm.
I find that LA, because it's so television heavy, there are like really lovely jewels of theater there, but the runs are like so short. You know, I worked at the Hollywood Bowl, I did Rent, I did Hairspray, but it was like a 2-week thing. You rehearse for like a week, and then you do a weekend of shows, and that's kind of like it. Here in New York, I found some really lovely off-Broadway opportunities that, you know, they last for so much longer, and the workshops I love that they're out here because it's potentially with people that, you know, if it moves on, like you're gonna be working with.
While we're talking about off-Broadway opportunities, can we talk about the Heathers and what that was like?
We can't talk about Heathers. We can't. Yeah, I joined Heathers in Los Angeles, and it was really fun. We did it at the Hudson. It was supposed to be like a workshop, but workshops these days have evolved, and they become full performances. So it was really fun. I got to basically do a full performance with lights and costumes and wonderful, wonderful choreography by Marguerite, and it transferred, and I couldn't go with it because I was doing a show at the ART with Diane Paulus called Witness Uganda at the time. And when I finished that show, I got a call from Andy Fickman, the director of Heathers, and he was like, hey, the girl who's playing your part is leaving. Do you want to come to New York and do it? And I was like, yeah. So it was really fun.
Why not?
Why not? And it was fun to like revisit my friends and join in on this cast of people that I worked with in LA, and they were off Broadway now.
Should we also maybe talk about your time doing The Bold and the Beautiful?
When I auditioned for the part, I had been volunteering in Skid Row for like 8 months, and the role was a girl who was living in Skid Row. And so when I came back for my callback, Brad Bell sat down with me and was like, tell me about your life. Why have I never heard of you? I met you. And I told him about the past year, and I was working in Skid Row, and he really loved that. I ended up booking the part, and they started tailoring it to my own experience working in Skid Row, and it was really lovely. It was a really great way to start my first big television job, to get to bring so much of myself into it. And I met some of my closest friends to this day on that set, and I just had the best time. It's like a family over there.
I feel like one thing with soap operas a lot of people don't know too is that you're filming so many scenes in a day.
Absolutely.
And that's like insane.
And it's like every day.
Yeah. Did you have any funny, like crazy things that happened on set?
There was a day I showed up on set, and I thought I had shot all of my episodes, and so I'm getting ready to go, and they're like, where are you going? I was like, I'm going home. And they're like, you have a whole other episode to shoot. And I was like,
Oh.
what? And I had no idea. And they give me the script because apparently it just didn't come in the mail pack with the rest of them the week before. And it was like 35 pages.
What?
And so before every scene, I was sitting in the chair just like speed memorizing, and like I would like put the script under like a flower pot. I know, it's
Teddy! It's like, how did you do it?
I do it all.
Yeah.
Professional.
I love it. Yes. Yeah. Making it happen. That's so true though.
Yeah.
What inspires you here? What is, I mean, everyone knows there's like a certain magic to New York City. What is it for you, or who is it? Maybe it's a person.
I mean, going to see shows inspires me, and having a good community of friends who are also performers I find that I like going to see shows together, and if not, just getting together and talking about the shows that we've seen separately, because there's something about that, being in agreement as artists about what we want to see on stage, and about, especially since I have friends who create and are putting stuff on stage, it's really inspiring to see them do the things that we talk about like in our living room. Finding a community has been the most inspiring thing for me, and a community of great people who are creating.
Are there certain types of shows that really speak to you?
I love them all. I love musicals, I love plays. I think the ones that have really spoke to me most are the originals, the ones that are coming out of people's minds that have just been, brought to life. Hamilton, for example, it was gorgeous. What Lynn put on that stage and what his team was able to create and conceive was really inspiring.
Yeah.
I love that.
We just saw it last Wednesday,
Okay.
and it was amazing.
So good.
Love it.
Thumbs up.
So good.
2 thumbs
I feel
up.
like we were both freaking
So
out in
good.
our seats the whole time. So you have such a heart for missions and helping people. When did that first start for you, and what has that been like?
I had done my very first big role. It was my dream role. Teen Man Once on This Island. Billy Porter directed, and Lettuce was in it. And I was like ready to just have an adventure. And I think my mom at one point was like, "You don't leave and do missions until your kids are out of the house." And I was like, "That's crazy. You're supposed to do it in your 20s." And so I was just really hungry for it. And I'd been a Christian and grown up in a Christian home, but I was like, why do I believe what I believe? And I've never even traveled the world to like see other cultures and other religions, and so that's kind of what I really wanted. I wanted an opportunity to experience my faith on a much larger scale.
I think that's so cool, and I'm sure it impacted and continues to impact your acting career
Oh.
and like who you are as a person.
Absolutely. Something about it just took this pressure off. I returned from like being in the jungles of Borneo, like trailblazing, and I got some weird like parasite in my body, and I like survived from it. And I got to the audition room, and I was like, what? What do you got for me? What do you want? I can do anything at this point. I just felt like anything was possible, and I didn't have this fear. I had this like peace knowing that I was where I was supposed to be, doing what I was supposed to be doing. So it just changed the way I went to audition rooms, and even the way I saw some parts. So yeah.
What is some advice you would have about pursuing art professionally for kids that are in high school, they're getting ready to move to LA or New York, or graduating from college?
I mean, I think the advice is different for every person. Like the students coming out of high school, which is usually the audience I get approached with, I always encourage the parents, actually, and I don't think the parents love this, but I'm like, I think your kid should take a year off. In London they have gap year in between high school and university, or whatever they call high school. I personally think if you're going to go into a conservatory program, you're going to be put into this machine that knows how to manufacture artists, but unfortunately a lot of individuality it's hard to find that there. People want to find, they want to be able to categorize you so that when you get into the real world, you have some sort of compass to point you in what direction you should be going as an artist. But the truth is, you don't really know yourself. So there's something really powerful about, I think, when I left and quit acting for a year and went overseas, I found out a lot about myself, which really changed the way I approached my career. So I always suggest that to students coming out of high school. I'm like, maybe you should take like the summer, or maybe 6 months, or maybe the whole year, and just go do like some branch of the Peace Corps or something similar to it. Something of service. Because you're gonna be spending a lot of time thinking about yourself once you enter this career. So that's the advice that I would give.
Have you worked with anybody that you felt starstruck being with them?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just finished doing a play with Blair Underwood, and I played his girlfriend, and I got to make out with him
Oh my god.
like every day for a month. And the first day he came up and introduced himself, he smells so good, and his skin is like flawless, and he's the nicest human being. And he came and introduced himself, and he was like, "Hey, how you doing? I just want to introduce myself, blah, blah." I mean, he didn't mumble like I was, but he was very articulate, and he said hello, and I was like, hi. I felt like such a little girl. My mother was starstruck as well.
Did she skip your dressing room and went
Yes,
and was like,
my mom was so excited to meet Blair. But yeah, that's probably one person that I've been super starstruck. And probably when I worked with Angela Bassett, I played her niece on ER. Those were two people that I was like, speechless.
I love.
Yeah.
I think she's so beautiful.
Ridiculous.
She's great. She's really.
And she's been beautiful for.
And she's lovely. She knew everyone's name on set, the crew, everybody, and she's so warm and lovely.
What is next for you?
Next, I'm doing a musical called Invisible Thread, which was previously called Witness Uganda, and we're going to be at second stage. Diane Paulus is directing, Kevin McCollum is producing. It's very exciting, and my friends are the creators of it. So I've been a part of it for 5 years since I got back from missions. They literally called me the day after I got back and asked me to be a part of this musical that is about aid work in Africa. And I was like on the phone, having done aid work in Asia, and I was like, yes, I'll do your musical. It's going to be beautiful, and they're taking the cast to Uganda to meet the students that we've been portraying for the last 5 years, and to see the places that are talked about in the scripts. And so we'll be there for like 9 days. In like 2 weeks, we will be 2 weeks.
That's incredible. I
Yeah.
think that will be such an amazing experience for you and everyone involved, and we're so excited for you.
I'm excited.
We're gonna put some links below where you guys can find more information about it and how to get tickets, and you can come see Kristolyn
Yay!
in the show.
Well, this has been so fun.
It has been. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. And we can put all of your information below so people can follow you
Cool.
on social media and learn about shows and things. And
You can see them. You know that.
Thank you guys for watching Just Off Broadway. We will see you next time.
Bye. Hi guys.
Okay.
Well, that really is fragrant. So you never knew
That is
happened
really
on set. I
Got to get out of here.
love how creative you are. So when you said we've got to get out of here, we're stuck